What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be doing an unboxing of the mensHdge technical statue Levi by Union Creative. This is the DX version, so it's the online exclusive, and I'm super excited to be unboxing this today. Levi is absolutely one of my top 5 favorite characters of all time, and I wanted a figure to add to my collection. I did previously own the 1/8 scale by Kotobukiya, but I really wanted this figure. And it does have a counterpart, as I mentioned before, a regular edition that comes with the red chair instead of the black that you'll see here. But when I got the opportunity to buy this one brand new, I couldn't pass it up. This is actually an older figure. It did release back in 2014, so it's actually super rare and hard to find. So without further ado, let's see how he turned out. So let's start by taking a look at the box. It does have a nice holographic tint running throughout it, so it does look really good. The first thing that stood out immediately was that this actually looks like a shoebox. I've never actually quite seen a figure that comes in a box like this, but it does look really cool regardless. And on the front we do have 2 depictions of Levi, and that's because this box actually contains 2 figures since it is the DX version. And on the back here we do have a bunch of copyright information from Wit Studios since they were animating the anime at the time, and Union Creative. So let's get into the unboxing itself. As we take a look inside the box here, we do see both Levi's as well as his chair and his teacup. He does come nicely protected and packaged inside the usual blister packaging, and he is in there quite tight, which is nice to prevent any damage. And let's start by taking a look at the chair first, which acts as the base for the figure. The first thing that stands out is that it is pretty heavy. It has a nice good weight to it. And as we take it out of the plastic, I am absolutely blown away by the paint job on this chair. This genuinely looks like real and authentic leather. The shading throughout is done really well. The different uses of blacks and browns, and even the stitching throughout looks incredibly realistic. Even on the sides and on the back here, you can see the wear and tear on the chair. And even on the insides, you can see the creases on the leather. This looks incredibly used and worn in, and it looks really, really good. Now let's take a look at the first Levi figure. And here he is. This is the first of two poses where it looks like he is untying his neck collar. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the second of the two Levi's. Carefully remove them out of the plastic. And here he is. This is my preferred version of the two Levi's and the one that I will be displaying. I do think his face looks a little bit better here. He has that signature Levi look going on. And his hand is a bit funky, but that's because he will be displayed with his teacup. Finally, let's take a look at his teacup, which actually looks like coffee for some reason, but it still looks really cute. And here we have Levi all ready to go on his chair. This figure is extremely easy to assemble. There's really nothing you have to do except for putting Levi on the chair. There is a small dent in one of the armrests where his elbow is meant to be. And this is the first version of the figure, which features Levi undoing his necktie. And the face is also a bit different from the other version because his mouth is wide open. I personally won't be displaying this version of the figure, but he does look really good regardless. And here we have the second version of Levi, which is the one that I will be displaying, and it is practically identical to the first version with two key differences. The first being that he is now sporting a much more serious look with his mouth closed, and the second being that he is now holding his teacup, which I think looks insanely cool. As we know, Levi is a huge fan of tea, and I like that he is using his signature Levi tea holding technique where he refuses to use the handle and instead grips it from the top. And as I said before, I still can't get over the paint job on the chair. It's definitely one of the highlights of this figure. Even from a distance, you can see the intricate paintwork done and the different types of shading that they use with the blacks and the browns, and the stitching looks really, really good. The leather looks worn in and it looks really genuine and authentic. I also really love its pose, even though it's very simple and static, especially in comparison to other Levi figures which feature him in more dynamic battle poses. One thing I do think this figure does really well is it captures his personality really good. Everything from the pose to him holding his teacup to the look on his face. All in all, I think this figure is really well done. Despite it being more than a decade old at this point, the details are pretty good, especially with the chair. I think it does a good job of capturing his personality with the teacup in his hand, the look on his face, and the pose he's in. And as always, I'll add some close-ups of him here at the end, and let me know what your thoughts are on this figure below. I'll see you guys next time.
「その夢は心の居場所」「命より壊れやすきもの」「何度でも捨てては見つけ